It's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my!
Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Shelly.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Oh, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by That Prize Guy.
If you had the choice, what prize would change your life?
Yes!
Woohoo!
Competitions from as little as 5p per entry. What are you waiting for? You could be next to change your life with That Prize Guy.
If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. Success begins with a person's will. It's a state of mind.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by That Prize Guy. The following programme is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go. How do you like it? On the show. So aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this.
Live on DAZN.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Fight Week here in Newcastle. How good is this? Big-time boxing back here in the Northeast. Tomorrow night in the main event, Josh Kelly is all in as he looks to realise a dream by dethroning the dangerous, avoided, big punching champion Bakhram Murtazaliev in the main event tomorrow night, live exclusively around the world, only on DAZN. Jamie Ward here alongside me as always, speaking of IBF and world champions, former IBF world middleweight champion, Mr. Darren Barker. Darren, first UK fight week for Matchroom of 2026. Good to be back.
Ah, what a cracker to start off with as well. I mean, it really is a brilliant show, main event, so much jeopardy in that main event. Josh Kelly trying to realise a dream, win a world title, but he's in with a tough nut, a scary, scary man.
Josh radiating confidence, radiating self-belief, which has been great to see this week. He said yesterday, didn't he, at the press conference, I dare you to come and try and land your best shot. That's what he said in his interviews all throughout the week. Come and try and knock me out. Murtazaliev, as you'd expect, laughed that off. He said, we'll see what he's saying after the fight. Every face-off's been a bit longer than the last. It's been intense. What have you made of the energy from both?
Do you know what? It strikes me that we're seeing two very confident men. You've got the champion who's reigning supreme, look very scary, as I say, and you've got Josh Kelly, believes that this is his time. You know, he served his apprenticeship, 9 years a pro now, and he feels he's ready for this challenge, a tough challenge. And yeah, I'm just seeing confidence oozing from both.
I used a few words to describe the champion: dangerous, the puncher, avoided, Bakhram Murtazaliev. In terms of where you look at where he is, though, been a little while since he's been in the ring. That Tim Tszyu fight, October 2024. Despite him being world champion, there's not a big queue of fighters queuing up to fight this man. Why do you think that is?
Well, he's scary, he's big punching. He's more than just a wrecking ball, though. There's a lot of thought with what he does. Unorthodox at times. He'll throw like a reverse 1-2, punches very hard with both hands, as I say. And there's a real confidence around him. 24 fights, 24 wins, 17 inside the distance. The man can punch, the man can fight.
And finally, Adam Booth said this week, look, if it was on talent alone, Josh Kelly would already be a world champion. But this is it, the big moment. He's got to do it tomorrow night. What does he have to do to become world champion?
Well, as he said yesterday, stay switched on for every second of those 36 minutes. I think fight to his strengths, quick hands, reactions, feet. Stay switched on and look, try and find that little bit of magic. This is his time. Josh Kelly needs to be Josh Kelly. Don't worry about anyone else. Do you?
Well, that is your main event tomorrow night, live from Newcastle on DAZN. Before that, though, it's Friday of Fight Week, which means it's weigh-in time. 8 fights to make official. Over to your MC, Mr. David Diamante.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome everybody here today to Newcastle, England, for the official weigh-in for our big night of World Championship Professional Boxing. And it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored on the night by Betfred, Drip, Events 365, Riyadh Season, the 10% Club, That Prize Guy, Tom Life Insurance, and Everlast. And, of course, all the action will go out live around the world exclusively on the global home of boxing, DAZN. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have an incredible fight card. 8 fights on the card. 4 of them are title fights. 2 world titles, and at the top of the bill, Murtazaliev and Josh Kelly vie for the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship of the world. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this weigh-in. Let's bring the fighters up to the stage so they can face the scale and face each other. Our first contest, 4 rounds in the cruiserweight division. Now making his way to the stage, professional record 1-3, fights out of Edgware, London. Please welcome Lee Roberts. And his opponent now making his way to the stage, undefeated as a professional, 3-0, 1 knockout. He fights out of York. Please welcome Bad Brad Casey. Now to the scale, Lee Roberts. 196.3 for Lee Roberts. 196.3. Now to the scale, Bad Brad Casey. 199.3 for Bad Brad Casey.
Opening the prelims then, tomorrow night, Matchroom and DAZN YouTube channels, 5 p.m. is Brad Casey, fight number 4 for the 21-year-old cruiserweight. Best mates with Leo Atang. They share a card in the Northeast once again. Lee Roberts, the opponent, 1-3.
Brad Casey, Lee Roberts, 4 rounds cruiserweights to kick us off. Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Newcastle, England.
You had a little conversation, didn't you, Darren, with Brad Casey yesterday about the timeline. What did he say to you he wants to be doing in the next 12 months?
He's got his future mapped out, wants to be fighting for titles by the end of the year.
Okay, the weigh-in continues then here in Newcastle. Back to David.
All right, our next contest, 6 rounds in the super bantamweight division. Now making his way to the stage, professional record, 20 victories, 34 defeats, 3 draws with 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Peleando desde Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, please welcome Eric Omar Lopez. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Undefeated as a professional, 6-0 with 2 knockouts. He fights out of right here in Newcastle. Please welcome Leroy Rogers. Now to the scale, Eric Omar Lopez. $121.2 for Lopez, 121.2. Now to the scale, Leroy Rogers. 121.3 for Leroy Rogers, 121.3.
Fight number 2 then, tomorrow night. 22-year-old Lee Rogers, 5-time national champion, a Berkeley graduate. Was telling us yesterday he took himself over to America to spar with some of the world's best. Wants to reach the very top of the sport and be a part of big nights here in the Northeast.
Rogers versus Lopez, 6 rounds, super bantamweights, matchroom boxing live on DAZN from Newcastle, England.
Very good fighter, Jamie. Very ambitious, as you said there, travelled over to the States, and that shows you the kind of discipline and the desire to push on and go through the ranks and really make a big name for himself in his division.
Yep, professional journeys continuing tomorrow night, and professional journeys just getting started as well. Back to David.
All right, let's keep it rolling with a 4-round bantamweight attraction. Now making his way to the stage, he's a 30-fight veteran. He fights out of Panevėžys, Lithuania. Please welcome Marius Vyšniauskas. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He's a southpaw. Saturday night, he'll be making his much anticipated professional debut, fighting out of Sunderland, Kieran McDonald. Now to the scale, Marius Vyšniauskas. $116.95 for Vyšniauskas, 116.95. Now to the scale, Kieran McDonald. 117.7 for McDonald, 117.7.
Big moment tomorrow night then for Kieran McDonald, trained by Anthony Crolla, who he said the main advice, Darren, was just to enjoy it. Is that sometimes easier said than done, though, on your debut?
Yeah, there's pressure that you put on yourself. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the debut of Kieran McDonald, hearing good things about him. Got it all very popular.
McDonald versus Vyšniauskas, 4 rounds, bantamweights, matchroom boxing, live on DAZN from Newcastle, England.
Yeah, very good talent. And we're building a nice stable around here. We really are. So many good fighters come out of the Berkeley boys, and yeah, another ambitious youngster.
Yep, Commonwealth Games silver medalist, 2-time European medalist, part of the team GB, set up as well as an amateur. Professional debut tomorrow night for Kieran McDonald. Sold over 400 tickets as well. Can't wait for that one. And title action concludes the prelims.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to weigh in the first of our 4 title fights on the night, as Mr. Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing is proud to present 10 rounds for the Northern Area Lightweight Championship. Now making his way to the stage, his professional record perfect, 7-0, 1 knockouts. He fights out of Jarrow. Please welcome Robbie, the Showman Coleman. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He is undefeated in his campaign as a professional with a record of 7 victories, no defeats, 1 draw. Fighting out of right here in Newcastle, please welcome Josh Blanca Iron. Now to the scale, Robbie the Showman Coleman. $134.7 for the Showman, 137.4 134.7 for Coleman. And now to the scale, Blanca, Josh Blank Iron. 134.8 for Blank Iron, 134.8.
Can't wait for this one. Josh Blank Iron versus Robbie Coleman. First title fight for both. Near identical records of 7-0, one draw for Josh. Northern Area lightweight title on the line. Both sold a lot of tickets. All to play for here, Darren.
I love this fight, I really do. I think stylistically it's going to gel. And what's on the line here, the Northern Area title, it means so much to both of these.
Two young undefeateds vie for the Northern Area Lightweight Championship. Blank Iron versus Coleman. Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Newcastle, England.
One predicting a boxing lesson, one predicting a knockout. They have fought twice in the amateurs. Josh Blank Iron won both. Albeit, Darren, it's amateur and pro. Will that be in the back of Robbie Coleman's mind tomorrow?
I think so. It will be. But like I say, but stylistically, haven't seen them both. Almost identical records. That one's really going to gel. Don't blink.
Opening the broadcast tomorrow night, the return of Leo Atang. Back to David.
Our next contest, 4 rounds in the heavyweight division, making his way to the stage. Professional record, 9 wins, 17 defeats. He fights out of Ghent, Belgium. Amin, the Beast Busetta. Busetta. And his opponent now making his way to the stage, young professional record, perfect. 3 fights, 3 victories, all 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 5-time national champion, the European and world gold medalist fighting out of York, Leo Atang. Atang. Now to the scale, Amin the Beast Busetta. 241.25 for Busetta, 241.25. And now to the scale, Leo Atang. 236 even for Leo Atang, 236 even.
Career heaviest in fight week 4, Darren, for Leo Atang, 236 pounds. He joked about it earlier in the fight week hotel, but looking at the shape now, 19 years of age, he was sort of saying, what sort of size do you think I'll be when I'm in my mid-20s? How do you expect him to fill out into a fully fledged heavyweight?
I think easily, and I think he's going to be big, but he won't lose anything. His speed, his power, his know-how.
Leo Atang versus Amin Busetta, 4 rounds heavyweights, Matchroom Boxing, live on DAZN from Newcastle, England.
But how exciting is it, Jamie, to have someone like Leo Atang with the skill, the explosiveness? He ticks every single box. The future looks very, very bright in the heavyweight division. Looking forward.
Yep, Leo Atang enjoying every single moment. 3 first-round knockouts so far for Britain's latest heavyweight hope, and he's back in action tomorrow night. The weigh-in continues then. More title action to look forward to. Back to David.
All right, now we get to the first of our world title contests of the evening, as Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing is proud to present 10 rounds for the IBF Lightweight Championship of the world. Now making her way to the stage, please welcome the challenger. Professional record, 8 victories, 1 defeat, 3 knockouts. She fights out of Ipswich, Queensland, Australia, Taylor Swifty Genson. And her opponent now making her way to the stage. She is the defending world champion. Professional record perfect, 12-0 with 8 knockouts. She fights out of Istanbul, Turkey. Please welcome the reigning, defending, undefeated IBF lightweight champion of the world, the golden Turkish warrior, Elif Nur Turhan. Turhan. Now to the scale, the challenger, Taylor Swifty Gensen. 134.15 for Gensen, 134.15. And now to the scale, the defending world champion, Alif Nur Turhan. 134.55 for the golden Turkish warrior, Alif Nur Turhan.
Yeah, first defence for Alif Turhan of that IBF World Lightweight title, which she ripped from the hands of two-time Olympic medalist Beatrice Ferreira at the end of 2025 in Monaco. Taylor Gensen says she's one-dimensional and that she'll win every second of every round to become world champion tomorrow night. But Alif Turhan knows one shot is all it may take. IBF lightweight crown on the line tomorrow night.
Alif Nur Turhan, Taylor Gensen, 10 rounds for the IBF lightweight championship of the world. Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Newcastle, England.
Calls her a...
Must-watch telly, Darren.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, she is an absolute powerhouse. Many saying perhaps a one-trick pony, but I'll tell you what, it's a very good trick to have up your sleeve.
Yeah, world title action tomorrow night to look forward to. Chief support tomorrow night, the European super featherweight title on the line between Josh Padley and Jawad Belmedi. Back to David.
It's now time to weigh in the chief support of the evening, as Mr. Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing is proud to present 12 rounds for the European Super Featherweight Championship. Now making his way to the stage, professional record, 23 victories, 2 defeats, 3 draws, with 11 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Béziers-et-Roth, France. Please welcome Le Bombardier Moroccan, Jawad Belmedi. Belmedi. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Professional record, 17 victories, 1 defeat. He has 5 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Armthorpe, South Yorkshire. Please welcome Josh Paddy Padley. Padley. Now to the scale, Jawad Belmedi. 128.5 for Belmedi, 128.5. Now to the scale, Josh Padley. 129.7 for Josh Padley, 129.7.
Yeah, we have a fight, both fighters weighing in inside that 130-pound super featherweight limit. As a two-time European champion yourself, Darren, give you your flowers. You know what it means to win this belt, and you know the springboard it can give you as well.
Exactly that prestigious belt that either fighter here would be so proud to hold, and yet it catapults you right up all of the governing bodies. So you're not far off a crack at something very, very special. Big, big fight here. 2 very good fighters.
Josh Padley, Jawad Belmedi, 12 rounds for the European Super Featherweight Championship. Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Newcastle, England. Chief support of the evening.
It's been interesting, Darren, hasn't it, with Josh Padley? Look, everyone always talks about it, what, 12 months he's had. He's a full-time pro now. He's got rid of the transit van, I think. But when you look at...
I hope not.
When you look at the journey, though, I think he's almost had his back up a bit to try and prove to people, look, OK, you got the call to fight Shakur. He went in there and gave a great account of himself, but to prove that he belongs at this level. Have you noticed that, the way he speaks?
Yeah, he's got the bit between his teeth. He really wants to push on now. He wants to show everybody how good a fighter he is. He looked very good against Reece Bellotti, I believe, back in October. Now it's about winning this, both obviously the same, and then pushing on. You're very close, European champion. You're potentially 2-3 fights away from, you know, an eliminator or a shot at world title. So this is a must-win for both.
And for Jawad Belmedi as well. We talked yesterday about that fight with Gary Cully a few years ago. I think caught cold, didn't he, that night? Went on a good winning run since then, and we talked about it yesterday, but Josh Padley's expecting him to be much more cautious this time.
I think so, yeah. As I say, he was reckless in that fight against Cully, comes steaming out, walks onto a beautiful left hand. You learn from those type of fights, rebuild and come back better and stronger. And yeah, he'll really feel he's got enough to become the new European champion.
Well, after the chief support, of course, comes the main event for the final time here in Newcastle this afternoon on weigh-in day. Back to David.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome everybody here today to Newcastle, England, for the official weigh-in for our big night of World Championship Professional Boxing taking place here tomorrow night. And it's now time to weigh in the main event of the evening, as Mr. Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing, in association with Main Events, are proud to present 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship of the world. Now making his way to the stage, please welcome the challenger. Professional record, 17 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the 2016 Olympian, the former British, Commonwealth, and WBO International Champion, fighting out of Sunderland, PBK, Josh Pretty Boy Kelly. And his opponent, now making his way to the stage, he is the defending world champion. His professional record, perfect. 23 fights, 23 victories, with 17 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Glendale, California, by way of Grozny, Russia. Please welcome the reigning, defending, undefeated IBF Junior Middleweight Champion of the World, Bakhram Murtazaliev. And now to the scale, the challenger, PBK, Josh Pretty Boy Kelly. 153.65 for Josh Kelly, 153.65. And now to the scale, the defending world champion, Bakhram Murtazaliev. 152.2 for the defending world champion, Bakhram Murtazaliev.
Here we go then. PBK all in. The moment of Josh Kelly's sporting life and career. The champion, ice cold, Bakhram Murtazaliev. IBF Super Welterweight World Title, the prize. Your main event tomorrow night, live on DAZN. Final thoughts, Darren Barker.
This is what it's all about. Does Murtazaliev, the champion, retain and push on and look to unify the division, or just Kelly realise a dream, become the IBF Super Welterweight champion of the world? Massive fight, so much on the line.
Bakhram Murtazaliev, Josh Kelly, main event, 12 rounds for the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship of the World. Matchroom Boxing in association with Main Events from Newcastle, England, live on DAZN.
We are hopefully going to grab a word with Josh Kelly before he leaves the stage. We'll see if we can bring him straight in here.
Oh, hey,
Josh, we'll bring you in the middle. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Josh, weight made. How are you feeling?
Perfect, man. Perfect. How do I look?
Fantastic.
The barnet's on point.
I mean, that's what I was trying to sort out up there. You know, you know yourself, Darren, when you take the T-shirt off and that, and you've already had a pre-shed. It's one of them ones, but yeah.
You've been in great spirits, Josh, all week, radiating confidence, radiating self-belief. What does the rest of the day look like now to make sure you stay in the right headspace until that bell rings tomorrow?
Just chilling out, being around my closest ones, my friends, my family, my team, getting some nice food, relaxing, and just everything's took care of now. Everything's took care of. You just put your faith in God and keep your mindset right, and everything will take care of itself in that ring.
Josh, many calling this Bull versus Matador. Do you believe some have overlooked your power in this contest?
100%, but I'm glad they have, because it's a deceptive. It's a deceptive. If I can get my words right, it's a
deceptive.
To articulate as a northern person, it's quite hard. No, it's deceptive how hard I hit, and that's a key, because people. I think it's like. Obviously, I'm not comparing myself to this guy, but I think it was like when Mayweather box people, they thought they could walk through them, and sometimes I think, whoa, where did that come from, or where was that power come from? But I feel like I've got snapping hard power where people are like, they don't really want to get hit with it again.
And the difference in looking at you at this weight now, coming off the scales, you must feel $1 million.
That's it. I know I'm like, I'm dead on this weight. It's like my weight. I boxed at this weight since I was, back in 10 years ago I was boxing this weight. And I went down to welterweight and come back up now to this weight. So I feel at home, like I feel so good. I feel, if we would have went now, do you know what I mean? I'm just a kid off the council living his dreams, so I'm fucking loving it, yeah.
How many times have you heard those magic words in your mind, Josh, and the new?
I've seen it so many times, Jamie, but it's putting everything we've worked on into practice tomorrow, and I don't think he's going to be able to deal with all the tricks and stuff I've got for him, waiting for him, but it's for him to find out, not for me. It's for him to figure that job out.
What's your final promise to the world tomorrow night, Josh Kelly, and to yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to walk away with that belt, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. It's going to be the new. It's going to be. I'm telling you, it's going to be by stoppage. You're all doubting me, but you're all slipping on my power. Watch this. Watch this.
Josh, wish you the very best of luck tomorrow night. Josh Kelly locked in ahead of tomorrow night's main event. Josh, we wish you the very best of luck. A final reminder then of what is coming your way tomorrow night. The prelims begin. Bakhram and DAZN YouTube channels. 5 p.m. 21-year-old cruiserweight Brad Casey opens the prelims, 4 rounds. Fight number 4 for him. 5-time national champion, 6-0. Lee Rogers also continues his professional journey tomorrow night. Commonwealth Games silver medalist, 2-time European medalist Kieran McDonald, trained by former world champion Anthony Crolla, makes his highly anticipated professional debut. And concluding the prelims will be that Northern Area lightweight title fight. Plenty said in the build-up. Josh Blenkiron versus Robbie Coleman. Before we go live to the DAZN broadcast at the usual time of 7 p.m. Fight number 4 for heavyweight hope Leo Atang. He faces the durable Amin Busetta over 4 rounds in boxing's glamour division. Alif Turhan then defends her IBF World Lightweight title for the first time against Australia's Taylor Genson. Josh Padley and Jawad Belmedi then contest the vacant European Super Featherweight title over 12 rounds. Before, of course, the main event. Bakhram Murtazaliev defends his IBF World Super Welterweight crown against Josh Kelly. 12 rounds live on DAZN. And we've swapped out Josh Kelly for Matchroom CEO, Mr. Frank Smith. Frank, final thoughts on this main event tomorrow night. You've been up close and personal in a few face-offs now, but you can feel the energy. And as I say to Darren, you can really feel the confidence from Josh Kelly too.
For sure. What a way to start out UK boxing in January with a fight like this. Josh, I said yesterday, I've known Josh for such a long time, and I think now he's really coming into his peak. He's always had that skill, ability, but he believes in himself more than ever. And tomorrow night, I believe he does the business. You see both 2 confident men up there, both believe they can go in there and get the win. But I've just got a feeling for Josh Kelly, and I hope he does it.
Both fighters, of course, fully focused on business tomorrow night, but you can probably tell the fans a bit more about what the plan is for both. And great division. Jerome Boots, Ennis, there's another world title fight to look forward to in the division this weekend as well. How do you see this all playing out after Saturday?
Look, there's so many big fights. As we know, Jerome, the focus for him is to fight Virgil Ortiz. We're trying to make that. Abbas Baru fights tomorrow night as well in Puerto Rico against Xander Zayas for the world title. There's big fights out there to be made, you know, but neither guy will be looking beyond Saturday night. Our focus for Josh Kelly, if he comes through on Saturday night, he becomes one of the biggest stars in British boxing. He's always had the profile, he's always had the looks, he's had everything around it. But if he wins a world title on Saturday night, he sets him up for the biggest fights in the sport.
Then opening the show, how excited it must be for you, Leo Atang. How does the future look for Leo Atang when you're looking at the next couple of years?
Look, he's got to be taken at the right pace. He's 19 years old, but it reminds me, I was at Matchroom when we signed Anthony Joshua. I took him for his medicals post the Olympics, and then to see the journey we've been on with him and the nights we've had with him, you know, Leo Atang has got all the potential to go all the way, but he has to be built at the right pace. And the key is, like we've said many a times, it's activity. He's going to have 8 fights in the first year of his career and then kept busy from there. And we'll move at the pace as and when he's ready. You know, but at 19 years old, he's got the world at his feet, and I can't wait for the journey we're going to go on with him. Just finally, what's the plan for Alif Turhan? Talia Genson has said all the right things this week. She says she'll win every second of every round, and that Alif Turhan's one-dimensional, but all going well for Alif Turhan. What's the path to undisputed and more belts? Yeah, look, like she said yesterday, you know, people have that view of Alif, but they haven't seen her go many rounds because she's knocking people out. Alif's got the opportunity to become one of the biggest names in female boxing. She's probably one of the most entertaining fighters in boxing right now with the way she's knocking people out. But there's big fights to be made, but people have to want to fight her. It's a bit like Murtazaliev. People didn't want to fight Murtazaliev because he's so good, and I think that's one of the things with Alif is actually getting people to accept the fight. But now with the belt, you'd hope that people are willing to take that chance and fight for unifications. That's the aim for us, is to make the biggest fights with her. I spoke to Darren as well about winning that European title. He did it twice. Did you? Yeah, he did it, didn't he? Was it Kerry Hope, one of them?
No, it wasn't. No? It was afterwards.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Domenico Spada.
Oh, I remember that. That's, yeah, Olympia. That's when you gave 1,000 tickets back at the weigh-in.
Yeah, that was right, yeah. Chelsea were playing.
You still owe him for that. But it can be a big springboard, and Josh Padley will hope that's very much the case for him in that super featherweight division. For sure. As I said yesterday, Josh Padley put himself in a position to get big fights by taking that Shakur chance, by taking that fight back in Saudi. He got these opportunities. He had 3 fights in 12 months with us, wins the European title, goes on and then starts to look to climb the world rankings as well. OK, well, so much to look forward to here on DAZN, of course. Tomorrow night, 5 p.m, Matchroom and DAZN YouTube channels. 4 fights on the prelims, 7 p.m, live on DAZN, broadcast from the Utilita Arena here in Newcastle. And, of course, then the big one in the Big Apple, New York, Teofimo Lopez against Shakur Stevenson, also live on DAZN. From myself, Jamie Ward, from Darren Barker and from Frank Smith, we'll see you tomorrow.
Josh Kelly can win that fight, but he's up against a monster. No one wants to fight him.
High stakes for huge reward. Versatile and fast, class from different angles. He's looking electric, the monstrous puncher. Powerful head and body. And these punches rain in, and he's got no answer.
Incredible fight.
Class from Kelly, made spike tonight as well.
This is one of the top world championship fights in many years.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by That Prize Guy.
I used to hate going to work. Now, I love it. Goodbye 224 bus. Hello 224 patrol vessel. I swap 4 buses a day for 4 countries a month. Best commute ever. I was born in Liverpool, but I was made in the Royal Navy.
If you had the choice, what prize would change your life?
Yes!
Woohoo!
Competitions from as little as 5p per entry. What are you waiting for? You could be next to change your life with That Prize Guy.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by That Prize Guy.